Hey there, Reds. Welcome to Manchester United Daily Updates, your daily hub for all things Manchester United. From transfer news to match, updates and behind-the-scenes stories, we've got it all. Let's get started.
Man United news. Fresh injury problem emerges as Ruben Amorim offers sobering reality check. Manchester United have been hampered by injuries all season and are likely to be without a key defender for Sunday's derby against Manchester City in the Premier League. Manchester United are preparing to take on Manchester City in the Premier League on Sunday afternoon in a huge game for both clubs. Beyond the usual bragging rights, there is a lot to play for, with United desperate for points as they sit in a lowly 13th place, while City are pushing for a place in the top 4. Ruben Amorim has good memories of the Manchester derby, having come out on top via a 2-1 scoreline back in December thanks to Amad Diallo's dramatic late winner. That remains the high point of Amorim's difficult spell in charge of United, who have won just 10 of their 30 league games this season. A narrow 1-0 defeat at the hands of Nottingham Forest on Tuesday brought plenty of frustration, which the team must channel into an improved performance against Pep Guardiola's side this weekend. They will then go into the first leg of their Europa League quarter-final against Lyon, another crucial game which could define the campaign. So with another weekend of Premier League action upon us, here are the latest headlines. Read more. Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher agree on prediction for Man United versus Man City. Read more. Antony warned what will immediately happen if he returns to Man United this summer. Amorim offers injury update. Manchester United have been boosted by the return to training of Kobbie Mainoo, but Matthijs de Ligt is a doubt for Sunday's game. Amorim has been hampered by injuries, but Mainoo is approaching full fitness once again. I think Kobbie is returning to training, so we will assess him ahead of the game, he said on Friday. He cannot play a full game. I think Matthijs has an issue. Yes, Mason Mount is fit enough to start, but we must manage him. Mason has trained a lot of times getting the load in his body. Sometimes the mind is more important than the body. He is fit to play and we will see on Sunday. Reality check issued. Amorim has once again underlined how long it will take to get United back to a position where they can compete for the Premier League title. I understand, I'm not naive, he said yesterday. I'm not saying we're going to win the title next year, I'm not crazy. I don't want to think we need a lot of years to be competitive, I cannot think like that. That is why I am putting pressure on myself. I know we are not going to be the biggest contender in the next year or 2 years. We're doing a lot of things, putting in some standards, and sometimes we change players so they have to adjust to our new standards. I know it's difficult to do that in just 1 year. I know it's going to take time, but I will not think like that and say, I need a lot of years. I cannot manage like that. Scott McTominay believes he played in the wrong position. Wolves explore shock move for Man United Outcast as Serie A star monitored. Latest Manchester United news and rumors including updates on Jadon Sancho's future at the club and interest in Serie A star Lorenzo Luca. The summer transfer window is fast approaching and rumors are already dominating the headlines as the end of the season nears. Manchester United face a battle to finish in the top half of the Premier League table but could still book their place in next season's Champions League should they win the Europa League. Ruben Amorim's side face a tricky quarter-final tie against French side Lyon but will fancy their chances to go even deeper in the competition. However, some focus is already shifting to what will be an important transfer window for the club as the manager looks to make his mark on the squad. So, here's a look at some of the latest United rumors, including both potential incomings and outgoings. Wolves explore shock move for United Outcast. Jadon Sancho is expected to be one of a handful of high-profile exits at United this summer. The winger is currently on loan, with Premier League rivals Chelsea having completed a move at the end of the summer transfer window. You may like he will still have 1 year remaining on his deal at Old Trafford should he return at the end of the season. Now, Wolverhampton Wanderers have emerged as a shock destination for the 25-year-old. According to Football Transfers, the Midlands club views Sancho as a potential bargain addition and have established themselves as a serious contender to land his signature. Although Chelsea have an obligation to sign him permanently from United, it has been suggested they are assessing their options and could yet pay their way out of the clause. Wolves are expected to lose a handful of key players of their own, with Matheus Cunha among those likely to depart Molineux amid interest from elsewhere. A move lower down the league could offer him the regular game time his career desperately needs. Mensport says it's been a torrid few years for Sancho, but he is still only 25 and his career could yet turn around. Of course, should Chelsea opt to stick with him, there is still a strong chance he remains at Stamford Bridge. That said, he surely won't be short of suitors if he does return to United and is transfer listed once again. Wolves could be the ideal destination to rediscover his best form given their desperate need for attacking reinforcements. United monitoring Serie A star. United have turned to the Italian league on numerous occasions in recent transfer windows when strengthening their squad. Last summer, they signed Joshua Zirkzee from Bologna, and in January they poached Patrick Dorgu from Lecce. If recent reports are anything to go by, they are weighing up doing so again as they consider their attacking options. According to Give Me Sport, a move for Udinese forward Lorenzo Luca remains a possibility as the club look to keep an open. Man United make £42 million bid for 21-year-old gem after Chelsea hijacked move for star Amorim knows very well. Manchester United are set for a big summer as they look to rebuild under Ruben Amorim. Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim says he wants to bring in 1 or 2 players in the summer as he targets major improvement for the Red Devils after a forgettable Premier League campaign. United got off to a poor start this season, which led to the sacking of Erik ten Hag. Amorim was named as the Dutchman's replacement, but things have not improved in terms of results for the Red Devils as they languish in the bottom half of the Premier League. The former Sporting CP boss has a rigid tactical system he likes to employ after enjoying success with it in Portugal. He has added Patrick Dorgu and Aiden Heaven to his ranks since joining the club. United also had genuine interest in signing Giovanni Quenda from Sporting CP this summer, but their plan to do so was hijacked by Premier League rivals Chelsea, who have already announced his transfer for 2026. Man United make bid for Alejandro Balde. According to reports in Spain from Fishages, United have made a £42 million bid for Barcelona defender Alejandro Balde, but have already seen the offer rejected by the La Liga giants. The 21-year-old is a key player for Barca, and the Spanish side are not ready to sell the player who they see as an important cornerstone of their future. The new camp outfit will only be tempted by an astronomical offer amid their ongoing financial concerns. The 21-year-old has made 40 appearances in all competitions for Barca, scoring once and providing 8 assists as the Spanish side chased the La Liga title and Champions League. After having their bid for the player rejected, the report adds that United are likely to look elsewhere in the market to bolster Amorim's options ahead of next season. The Red Devils will not have a big budget going into the summer, and their business will depend on player sales as well as if they can qualify for the Champions League. If they have no European football, they could find it more difficult to land top targets. Amorim speaks on possible signings. Speaking on the summer transfer window, Amorim said ahead of the Manchester derby, "I just want to focus on our strengths and use our club to bring 1 or 2 big players in. We are doing all the stuff to be so much better next season. If it is going to take 4 years, win the Premier League, I don't know. Next season we need to be so much better." A new striker is a priority for United after difficult campaigns in front of goal for both Joshua Zirkzee and Rasmus Højlund. The likes of Liam Delap, Victor Osimhen and Victor Gyökeres have all been named as targets, but none of them will come cheaply. United will hope to raise some quick funds by sanctioning permanent exits for some of their loan players, with Marcus Rashford and Antony both tipped for £40 million summer moves, while Chelsea have already agreed. Alejandro Garnacho drops Manchester United transfer hint ahead of summer window. Manchester United winger Alejandro Garnacho was targeted by Chelsea and Napoli in the January transfer window and could now be preparing for a move in the summer. Alejandro Garnacho has fueled speculation he could be set to leave Manchester United in the summer transfer window after reportedly putting his house up for sale. Garnacho was strongly linked with a move to Chelsea or Napoli in the January transfer window and could be of interest again in the summer. The United winger is under contract until June 2028 at Old Trafford, but Ruben Amorim is planning a major squad overhaul in the summer, and there is an understanding that sales will have to be made to fund it. Claims that Garnacho has now decided to put his home on the market could suggest that he could be on the move when the summer transfer window opens. The 20-year-old lives in Bowden, Greater Manchester, with his partner Eva, their son Enzo, and bulldogs Freco and Burrows. He moved into their 7-bedroom mansion in April 2024 after paying £3.804 million for the property. But just a year later, The Sun reports that he is trying to sell it for £3.85 million, just £45,000 more than he paid for it. The listing for the mansion has been spotted by a United supporter who noted the secretive nature of the advertisement. The listing has just one picture and the estate agents in charge of finding a buyer say it is being exclusively and discreetly marketed. It went live on March 28, just a few days before Garnacho played for United in their 1-0 defeat by Nottingham Forest after the Premier League returned from the international break. Like many at United, Garnacho has not fared well this season, having gone 24 games without a goal before the 3-0 win over Leicester prior to the international break. Yet, although he has managed just 4 goals and 1 assist in 29 Premier League games this season, the club are understood to value him at around £70 million. Amorim spoke about Garnacho and fellow youngster Kobbie Mainoo in February amid reports they could be sold in the summer. That part United listening to offers is true, but I want players like Kobbie and Garnacho. The focus is that we have to improve our academy and you have to bring more through, he said. That is something all the clubs in England have to take advantage of, the players who come from the academy. To play, to fill the shirt, and also to be able to sell them. So our focus is to bring more through. But the United boss words after the Forest loss hinted at frustration with the winger. He's making everything, he's trying sometimes, Amorim said post-match. You have one day where you are doing the right things but in the final third you are not that good. That can happen. That can happen in the game. The most important thing for me is when he needs to run back, he's running back. Of course, we want a player that has won against one.